A name can make or break an artist. Sometimes it's a legal battle, sometimes it's ego, evolution, or straight-up rebellion. These are 10 artists who changed their names and changed music history.
Number 10. In the early days, this band was called the T-Set, a pretty innocent name. But during a gig, they found out there was another band on the bill with exactly the same name. To avoid confusion, founder and then guitarist Syd Barrett came up with a new name on the spot, the Pink Floyd Sound, a tribute to blues musicians Pink Anderson and Floyd Council. That was soon shortened to Pink Floyd, and the rest is history. The man behind that iconic name, Syd Barrett, wouldn't remain part of the band for long. Due to a mix of mental health issues and heavy LSD use, he slowly drifted away from reality. On stage, he would sometimes just stare blankly into space or strum random chords. In 1968, he was officially replaced by his childhood friend, David Gilmour. Not long after, Barrett fully withdrew from the music industry and spent the rest of his life in isolation.
Number 9. Kanye West started out as a producer at Rockefeller Records and later grew into one of the most influential rappers of his generation. Over the years, he picked up a bunch of nicknames, like Yeezy, Yeezus, or as Pusha T called him in the track Diet Coke, Yezos, a nod to Jeff Bezos.
Far as I'm concerned, who's the best? Me and Yezos, washed and dried, so give me all of my...
In 2018, he officially changed his name to Ye. Simple, short, direct. According to him, it's the most common word in the Bible, and also a shortened version of his own name. In an interview, he said,
I believe Ye is the most commonly used word in the Bible, and in the Bible it means you. So it's, I'm you, I'm us, it's us.
The name change happened during a time when Ye was getting more and more focused on religion. The Sunday service shows, gospel albums, and public conversions, but also bizarre and sometimes shocking statements.
You hear about slavery for 400 years? For 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
Wore a MAGA hat in public, called Trump his brother, and said they both had dragon energy.
Number 8. The British post-grunge band Bush, led by Gavin Rossdale, broke through globally in the mid-90s with the album 16 Stone and hits like Glycerin and Machine Head. But in Canada, they ran into a legal issue. There was already a local band with the name Bush officially registered. As a temporary fix, they performed in Canada under the name Bush X, with a subtle X to avoid confusion. Eventually, they struck a deal with the original Bush members. Bush donated an undisclosed amount to charities selected by the Canadian musicians, and after that, they were free to use the name Bush in Canada too.
Number 7. When John Mellencamp started out in the early 80s, his manager thought his last name was too difficult. He was handed a fake, more marketable name, John Cougar. Mellencamp hated it. He felt like a product, not an artist. He later said he didn't even know the name had been changed until he saw it on his first album cover. That album flopped. Eventually, after proving himself with hits like Hurt So Good and Jack and Diane, he managed to get his real name added, becoming John Cougar Mellencamp. The Cougar part still bugged him. Years later, he ditched it completely and started releasing music as John Mellencamp, no gimmicks, just him. He once described the Cougar name as a scar from the music industry, saying, "I fought like a dog to get my real name back. I've earned the right to be who I am."
Number 6. Blink-182 originally started out as just Blink, until an Irish band with the same name threatened legal action. The American band had to add something. Why 182? There are all kinds of stories, from the number of times Al Pacino says "f*** in Scarface, to absolutely random reasons. Some say it was the number on their old tour van. Others claim it was just a number they thought sounded cool. One theory even suggests it was Mark Hoppus's ideal weight. Whatever the truth is, Blink-182 became one of the biggest pop-punk bands of their generation. And honestly, that number might be the reason their name stuck so well.
Number 5. In 2020, during global conversations about racism and colonial symbolism, the Dixie Chicks decided to remove the word Dixie from their name. Dixie refers to the American South during the era of slavery and is often seen as nostalgia for the old Confederate South. Without much drama, the name was changed to the Chicks, a logical move for a band that had already shown they were not afraid to speak out. Think of their open criticism of George W. Bush during the Iraq War in the brilliant song, Not Ready to Make Nice.
I'm not ready to make nice. I'm not ready to back down. Still mad as hell and I don't have time to go round and round and round.
Number 4. When Tom Rowlands and Ed Simons started their electronic music project, they called themselves the Dust Brothers, a tribute to the American production duo who had worked on Paul's Boutique by the Beastie Boys.
It's the joint.
But as their own success grew, they got a legal warning from the real Dust Brothers. The Americans weren't having it. The British duo picked a new name, the Chemical Brothers. It came from their track Chemical Beats. Looking back, it was a lucky break. The new name matched their acid house and big beat sound perfectly and became a symbol of the electronic music boom in the 90s.
If you guys and girls want to see more of these top 10s,
Please like and subscribe to Boys Next Door.
Number 3. Discovered by Dr. Dre in the early 90s, Snoop Dogg started out as Snoop Doggy Dogg. After his debut album Doggy Style, he shortened it to Snoop Dogg. Simple and punchy. But the real surprise came in 2012 when he suddenly started calling himself Snoop Lion. During a spiritual trip to Jamaica, he claimed to be the reincarnation of Bob Marley and released a reggae album called Reincarnated. The name Snoop Lion caught on as, well, a strange phase, but it showed he wasn't afraid to reinvent himself, even if that meant switching from West Coast G-Funk to full-on reggae. He said about it, "I didn't change, I just grew. I evolved into Snoop Lion because that's what my spirit called me to be." He now goes by Snoop Dogg again and is busier than ever as a rapper, entrepreneur, TV personality, and owner of Death Row Records.
Number 2. Sean Combs started out as Puff Daddy, the flashy producer behind the notorious B.I.G. and the founder of Bad Boy Records. In 2001, he changed his name to P. Diddy, a fresh start after being involved in a nightclub shooting, and not long after, it got shortened to Diddy. In 2017, he changed his name again. This time, as things took a strange turn, he announced he would now go by Love, or Brother Love. Most people thought it was a joke, but he stuck with it. These days, he switches between all those names, depending on his mood or project. And whatever they call him these days in Cell Block 8, well, that hasn't made it out yet.
Number 1, Prince wasn't just a musician. He was a creative force who wanted full control over his art. In the 90s, he clashed hard with his label, Warner Brothers. He wanted to release music whenever he felt like it, but the label was heavily involved and pushed for more commercial control. Frustrated, Prince officially changed his name in 1993 to an unpronounceable symbol, a blend of the male and female signs with musical elements built in. The symbol stood for his independence and his rebellion against what he called the slave-like contracts of the music industry. Since no one knew how to say the symbol out loud, the media started calling him Tefkep, the artist formerly known as Prince. He used the symbol until 2000, when his contract expired and he went back to performing as Prince. As he famously said, If you don't own your masters, your master owns you.
Thank you for watching. We are the Boys Next Door. We talk music.
Like and subscribe for more top 10s and other music videos.